Breaking overnight, police in the United Kingdom say they have arrested Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Thames Valley police saying they arrested the former prince on suspicion of misconduct in public office.
King Charles III stripped Andrew of his royal titles last fall over his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. Police previously said they were assessing reports that Andrew forwarded confidential trade reports to Epstein in 2010 when he was Britain's special envoy for trade. No official charges have been filed yet. King Charles III released a statement about an hour ago saying the law must take its course in the investigation of his brother. We'll have a lot more with that one, of course, as this makes headlines this morning.
Another headline here locally, the weather impact alert with a third round of rain we're following. Right now, people in mountain areas are dealing with a winter weather advisory. Look at this live look at all the snow in Mount Laguna right now.
Right.
It's piling up there.
It's still there.
Yep.
It didn't melt away with the sun yesterday.
It is 6 a.m. on this Thursday. So glad you're with us. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Nada Irampur. Let's check in with meteorologist Evan Narani. It was another really nice afternoon. We had a couple of those days in a row, but the rain's not done.
Not done. We get this little break this morning. I mean, I know it's not completely dry out there, but it's a lot drier than it has been for the past several mornings. So we get a slight break on hand with only a few scattered showers on satellite radar imagery. Clouds should even be breaking apart into mid-morning, allowing for a little bit of sun to peek through. But we'll get these showers through the day, and then things will intensify. Take a look at what is up to the north of us, moving toward the Bight, about the Santa Barbara area right now, and then continuing in our direction from there. So we're going to get moderate to heavy rain back in the forecast into the evening stretch, and that'll be the final push. Our fourth consecutive day of rain will be done after that. Back to dry skies Friday through the weekend and into early next week. As always, you can find an extended weather forecast over on our CBS 8 app. Stream now for free. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Evan. This morning, an investigation now underway in San Marcos following a deadly shooting involving a San Diego County Sheriff's deputy.
This all happened just after 9 last night at the intersection of North Twin Oaks Valley Road and Borden Road. News 8's Jenny Day live at the scene there with everything we know here at this hour. Jenny?
Yeah, crime scene tape is still surrounding this entire area. Still a very active investigation at this hour. We were able to get a little bit closer and we were able to see a vehicle just absolutely riddled with bullets, glass shattered, and then the body of the man who was shot is actually still here on the sidewalk. We will be very mindful to not show that. But again, this intersection here in San Marcos, Twin Oaks Valley and Borden have been closed for 9 hours now, and we are told it still could be several more hours. There are a lot of businesses in this area. It's very industrial. There are homes further down the way, but again, this immediate area is a lot of businesses, so it won't really impact your morning commute unless you live or work in the immediate area. A lot of side streets around here. So we do still have, again, very active scene, about 10 deputy squad cars in this area. There are a lot of evidence markers, those yellow evidence markers on the ground, again, next to the vehicle of the man who was shot. As for what happened, still very limited details at this hour, but what we do have confirmed by law enforcement is that a San Diego sheriff's deputy shot and killed a man following a traffic stop. No word on what led up to that encounter. The driver, again, did die here at the scene, and we are told the deputy was not injured. We are certainly expecting more information to come out this morning, so certainly keep it here for developments. I have been in touch with both San Diego Police and the San Diego Sheriff's Office. Since 2022, there's actually a rule that they never investigate themselves. So because this was a deputy-involved shooting involving the Sheriff's Department, it will be San Diego Police who is looking into what happened here. So we'll certainly get more information as it gets later into the morning. So for now, we are live this morning from San Marcos. Jenny Day, News 8.
Jenny, thank you. Testimony resuming this morning in the trial for a former sheriff's deputy accused of violating the civil rights of an unarmed man he shot and killed in 2020. Aaron Russell shot and killed Nicholas Bills after Bills escaped custody. 4 years ago, Russell pleaded guilty to state charges of voluntary manslaughter and received a 1-year sentence plus probation. But this trial is over federal charges over alleged civil rights violations. If convicted on those charges, Russell faces life in prison. The trial is expected to last several days. Later this afternoon, the city of San Diego will consider lowering speed limits along designated corridors.
The city now has more control over deciding how speed limits should be set following the adoption of State Assembly Bill 43. News 8's Chris Groh live in North Park this morning. That's an area where the speed limit has already been reduced, right, Chris?
Yeah, 30th and Adams. It was one of about 11 corridors that were identified by the city just last year, where they went ahead and lowered the speed limit down to about 5 miles per hour. Now, in total, they looked at about 38 corridors. So it's potential that here today, after the committee meets, they will be suggesting some of those previously considered corridors, or maybe even identifying some of those other types of areas that could be included in their recommendation to the full city council. But this is all possible, as you said, because of that law that was passed here by the state in 2022 that took effect, that allowed for cities to have more control about the speed limit in some of these areas. Now, these corridors could include school zones, business corridors, pedestrian and bicycle routes. So the idea, of course, lower the speed limit, help protect those who both walk, who cycle around here, and also protect drivers in the area as well too. All of that getting considered here when the committee will be making their decision later today. Now, this committee meeting will be happening at 1 p.m. We'll be sure to follow exactly what happens after this and what recommendations they do make here for lower speed limits. Back to you in studio.
Chris, thank you very much for that. And now San Diego getting more rain today, as Evan's been saying. So this was already after a wet week. Let's show you what's been going on across our county from this weather. Crews cleaned up fallen branches and other debris in Balboa Park. You see that during this break in the rain that we had yesterday. Then in Ramona, a tree came crashing down on Main Street right near the Albertsons store. Wow, that car. Fallen tree also disrupted service on the Trolley's Blue Line in Chula Vista. Let's take you now to the coast in La Jolla. Palm fronds littered the ground. There were big clumps of seaweed piled up on the beach. Yeah, the ocean is wild right now. High surf advisory still in effect until 10 p.m. tomorrow with dangerous rip currents along the coast. Officials also urge people to avoid contact with the ocean because, of course, after rain, there's pollution from all that runoff from the storms.
Taking a peek outside, speaking of storms, when are we going to see the last of these storms? It's been quite the wave we've had.
It's been 4 days. This will be our 4th day straight of consecutive days of rain. We haven't seen that since the start of the year. It was January 1st through about 5th that we saw plenty of rain day over day. And we picked up on pretty similar accumulations in our last several days here. Depends on where you were, but closer to the coastline, we were at over 1.5 inches, closer to 2 inches. Some of our mountain locations were at 3, 4, and 5 inches of accumulating rain. So over 1 inch a day, some incredible numbers that help to add on to our water year so far and to our monthly totals as well. The next biggest push of rain is going to come toward this afternoon and this evening. That chance for rain climbs from noon to 2 p.m. to 70%. By 4 p.m. we're at 90%. This is the last of it, and then we are back to dry skies. Live look outside at this is Mount San Miguel, where there are some passing clouds out there, mainly cumulus clouds. It's not much trouble, not a ton of fog to kick off the day, and sunrise is still about 20 minutes out, but we're already getting a lot of light coming on through. The impact today is going to be gusty west winds and some rain in the afternoon stretch. Those winds are still going to be capable of taking down some palm fronds, so be prepared for that possibility of some intense gusty winds that make that final push through the afternoon and evening and then die down. That's why we have a wind advisory in effect through 2 a.m. Into early tomorrow. A winter weather advisory continues through 9 a.m. tomorrow, and that's because we could still see a couple snow flurries off toward our highest elevations before we're clear of all of our watches, warnings, and advisories. On the back end of this, we get not only drier, but much, much warmer. 57 degrees this afternoon, climbing all the way to 78 degrees by Monday of next week, about a 20-degree jump in temperatures countywide. So we'll enjoy a nice warming trend and a clearing trend through the weekend and early next week. Great opportunity to get outside and enjoy the greenery that we will have. That is very happy to see these fresh rain totals, and also to allow for the ground to kind of soak up all the rain that we've seen in the last couple days delays, lose all the pooling and ponding. Let's take a look at how things are on our roads this morning. A much different morning commute right now than what we saw just 24 hours ago and 48 hours ago. It was Tuesday and Wednesday morning that we woke up to some heavy rain, and that led to plenty of delays on the roads. There's only one crash to take you to. We don't know if this is rain related, but there is an accident blocking the right shoulder in Fletcher Hills. This is on the 125 northbound right before Navajo Road. Drive times on the 805 northbound, 94 westbound, and 5 southbound are looking good, and most of our live cameras outside are starting to wake up a bit, allowing for some gorgeous views of mostly dry roads. There are still some sprinkles to watch out for, so please take your time when you see those kind of quick pours of rain come on through. Then and Eric back to, let's take a look at your border wait times very quickly. 90-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. It is a 60-minute wait at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry.